Hi everyone, welcome to CryptoStamp. So I finally returned from my vacation in Canada and I'm ready to go all into crypto with you guys today. So let's get started with our good old LISK. So as you may know, finally we had some upside movement over the past few weeks. Something we hadn't seen a long time. Hello everyone, welcome to CryptoStamp. So finally Hi everyone, welcome to CryptoStamp. So I finally returned from my vacation in Canada and I'm ready to go all into crypto with you guys today. Let's get started with our good old LISK. So the market finally had some upside movement over the past weeks. We reached a market cap of $433 billion, something we hadn't seen for quite some months. And LISK just had a phenomenal week this week. LISK raised the price raised over 26% over the past 7 days. If you take a look at the cryptos who have more than 1 billion of market cap, they are now at the 7th place of highest risers over the past 7 days. And just this is just phenomenal. But why is it happening? Why does LISK all of a sudden just have such a price rise? Well, I have some reasons I believe are true. Well, first of all, I really don't believe that this price rise is because of short-term actions that LISK has taken, like for example the beta launch of their LISK Core.1. I really believe it's more because of people just realizing the long-term potential of LISK more than the short-term potential. And I'm gonna be talking about those long-term actions that LISK is gonna take and that will even make the price rise even more. So what are those things? First of all, we all know LISK wants to become the most user-friendly blockchain development platform out there. And they are doing quite a good job. For those more experienced, we all know that LISK will be using JavaScript for their users to build applications on. JavaScript is the most popular code in the whole world. So if you want to become user friendly, if you want to have a lot of mainstream adoption of LISK, of blockchain in general, you will have to use things that the mainstream people also know. And of course, not all mainstream people know how to use JavaScript, but you know what I mean. So this is one of the reasons. If we take a look at other blockchain development platforms like Ethereum, EOS, and Stellar, they do not have this kind of coding, from my knowing. And this is what sets apart LISK from all other platforms. LISK has a long-term perspective of converting, of taking as much mainstream people into the blockchain space through LISK, and the other blockchain development platforms are more focused on this moment, at the present moment. Well, and of course we have also the scalability that LISK offers that other blockchain development platforms do not offer. We know that LISK wants to apply sidechains so that they can reduce the stress on the main chain, and other platforms do not do this. And why do I believe this is a game changer? When blockchain becomes mainstream and a lot of people come to this space, which will eventually happen, I'm pretty sure, there will be a lot of overload on these platforms, on the main chains of all these blockchain development platforms, and therefore LISK will be prepared to use the side chains to take the pressure away from the main chain. And imagine if there is a day that 3 or 4 blockchain development platforms just crash because there is too many people and their main chain cannot handle it, and then Lisk comes in the news because Lisk did handle all the pressure because of their way of doing it with the side chains. And I also believe this will be a great long-term factor for the price of Lisk and for the success rate of Lisk to rise. And then we all know that 2018 will be a major year for Lisk in terms of technical updates. Yes, 2017 was a good year in terms of price. The Lisk price rose immensely, but 2018 will have a lot of technical updates, technical launches. Like we now have the beta version of Lisk Core 1.0. We will in a few weeks or a few months have the real version of Lisk Core 1.0. Just like the SDK, hopefully will come out at the end of the year. If not in the beginning of 2019, the SDK will be the turning point for Lisk because it will finally make Lisk available to the general public to create apps, to launch ICOs and etc. And this will be a major point. So in 2017 there really didn't happen a lot except for the rebrand, some minor technical adjustments and the new website and stuff. Well, and you saw the price rise of Lisk. Of course, the complete crypto market space rose a lot, but you saw the rise of Lisk. Imagine with all these things, the SDK, the Lisk 1.0, the new improvements with the fees. Imagine this happening in just 1 year, 2018. If this would happen, you would at least expect equally a rise of price as in 2017, because there happened a lot more. Well, imagine if we had in 2018 the same price growth that we had in 2017. At the end of 2018, the price of Lisk would be $377, just to give you an idea. I think this is pretty possible because Lisk has some big things that will happen this year, as we already explained. So you just have to wait. Of course, nothing is flawless, and Lisk is also not flawless. If we take a look at their roadmap, there are some things that they have not really accomplished yet. There are a lot of dates that they have set that they didn't do on time, or we are still waiting for. But we have to notice that Lisk wants to have a really quality product, and for this you need time. They also constantly repeated that their code is of the best in the crypto market space. We have a lot of external companies, audits, which really said that Lisk is one of the top coding, has the best codes of all the crypto projects at the moment. So we have to give them those credits as well. Even knowing that, yes, we have to be patient as Lisk believers, as Lisk investors. If we see here, this was the roadmap they gave us in 2017. A lot of these things happened way later, or we are still waiting for them to happen. We are now in April, so it is what it is. Quality over quantity, quality over speed. That's my idea. I hope that's also your idea, because if we take a look at their GitHub, we also see that they are constantly uploading new codes, new tweaks to their Lisk platform. So they are not just hanging around, taking some Facebook pictures, posting Reddit posts. They are really working on the platform, and that's the only thing that matters at the moment. So I really do believe that even with this higher price of $14, it's still a good buying opportunity, because Lisk in the long term will be a triple digit, will have a triple digit price. and maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but it will have it eventually, and we are all in it for the long term. You shouldn't be into Lisk for the short term. If you are here for the short term, just forget about Lisk, because this is a long-term project and this will only have amazing results in a few months or even a few years. So for me, Lisk is the best, really the best risk reward investment in the crypto market space that you can have at the moment. I would much rather have a more professional project like Lisk, which I have proven in their last live session, that they are really professional compared with other things like Tron, which has Twitter personalities just hyping it up, and Verge and EOS, all these things that are just hyping. Lisk is not hyping. It does not have a lot of hype, but it's still up there with all those big guys. So imagine if there would be hype around Lisk. How would the Lisk price react to that? So I hope you liked this video. Sorry if I was a bit sluggish today. Of course, after 3 weeks of vacation, I have to adapt talking to this microphone, as you know. So I hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you want more content from me, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.